So I do have videos I'm making, but it's been a very hectic 2 weeks for me. Currently I'm over at Premium Coach Group here in Gilbert, Arizona. I'm working on a 2002 Country Coach on a Prevost chassis, and we're putting a new radio in. Let's take a look. It's actually a really beautiful coach. It's held up really well. Guess it's been parked in Palm Springs for the last few years. So this is the original radio that was in it. This is a Panasonic flip out radio, and it doesn't flip out anymore. So we're just going to be putting a different unit in. I feel bad with the unit we're putting it in, but honestly I've had better luck with the more generic ones, like the Dual or the Jensens, than I have with the Pioneers. The Pioneers, they just, even the Clarion systems, for what they cost, they don't last any longer. So here's the dash that we're putting it in. I'm just supporting it with my foot. So I had to remove all that. I mean, back in the day, this was top of the line stuff here. You had your Nokia handset right there. Look at that, almost hands-free calling. That's pretty cool. Let's turn on our lights. Oh, maybe I should stop jiggling the panel, huh? Almost 20 years ago, they couldn't pack all the electronics into the head unit itself. You actually had to have your Hideaway unit. So this is the Hideaway. And mostly we need to have a backup camera on this thing, because without that screen, we didn't have a backup camera. So I just have to rip all this out. And I figured I was going to take a picture. Might as well take a video so I know where all these cables are. Rip out what we don't need, and then I'll put the new one in. This right here is actually the camera module. So that goes back to the camera. This powers up the camera, and this is just the video feed from the camera. It's going to go to the new head unit. It actually does have a FM modulator that I'm going to keep in, because it does have XM radio. There's a nice Rolls Royce right there. Oh, I'm getting sidetracked. And then strangely enough, where was it? Check out that high-tech, that's for the hands-free or the cell phone adapter from Nokia. Might be worth money on eBay as a collectible. Getting sidetracked. All right, let's get this torn apart. So this system, everything's going through the Bose Wave radio, the Bose radio system. It's a lifestyle system. So I'm not a big fan of putting in top of the line electronics, because it becomes obsolete pretty fast. So this is actually a Bose lifestyle system that has 2 zones for sound. Obviously you have zone 2, which is the bedroom, and then zone 1. So I think they wired that radio up to the Bose lifestyle. Couldn't tell you because it wasn't working. But when I'm looking at the wiring here, all we have is power and reverse wire. None of the speaker wires are hooked up to that head unit. And we had the actual speaker output carried by the RCA cables. They're being labeled as variable, so I'm a little concerned by that, because I don't know if this new radio is going to be line level out or variable. But if it's going through the radio or the Bose lifestyle, it does have volume control, so I'm going to hope that this works, right? This will work, right? I will say it's pretty nice when these head units have a camera input to it. You always want to make sure you get a camera input, because a lot of times these head units, they're getting smarter every year. You just can't hook up to a video input. If you hook up to a video input, the video input's disabled by a park brake, and so you have to wire up a park brake, which is always hard on a bus because they don't have a park brake pedal, they have an air brake. But even on some radios you could just run that park brake to ground and be fine, but still a lot of these new head units have to see the park brake applied, then unapply before it allows a video input to work. So if you have one that already has camera in, that's the best. And this one has, what does that say? Back view. So that's the camera. What's actually nice on this one, besides being labeled on the old one, is reverse is already wired there too. So I'll already have a trigger up here. So that should be pretty nice. Other than that, Here's a new harness. We won't be using most of those wires. It did come with a steering wheel remote. That's pretty strange. You don't normally get a steering wheel remote. I don't know if I'll put it on or not, but that's a pretty cool thing to have. And I think this has hands-free calling, so I'm sure it has a microphone on it too. I didn't see a microphone in the bag, so I'll assume that it's built into the head unit. We'll find out. Alright, so there it is. I'm not using any of those wires. It's all speaker, illumination, steering wheel controls, amp turn-ons. I'm only going to use 5 wires. Is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Power, ground, reverse, and park brake. But I do like to cap off all these other ones because I don't want them shorting out. I can't trust electrical tape from doing that, so I just waste a lot of money on butt connectors just to make sure. So I got my wires hooked up. I like using these bell nut connectors. And when you do wire connectors anyways, you should always use a high quality crimper. Now this isn't a high quality one. This is just a Harbor Freight special tool. That way I don't ever lose it. But those crummy, almost flat sheet metal crimper strippers that you get with the electrical set, don't ever use those. All those do is guarantee that your crimp does not crimp. You might as well just use a pair of pliers. But that's neither here nor there. Getting sidetracked. Let's see if we can hook this thing up and get some power. See about plugging this thing in. Well, it powers up. That's a good sign, right? We can get it open. Ooh, look at that. It's opening. It's happening. All right, we're one step ahead. Let's see if we can make the camera work. The camera hooks up to this guy right here. That's another plug. Let's do that. Purple for camera, because that's universal for color code for camera, right? All right, let's see if we can't go to... oh, we gotta call this. Maybe setup. Maybe I have to turn on the camera. Camera on. Okay. Go back to home. Ah, look at that. I got camera now. Camera. Yay, I got a camera. I can see behind me now. Kind of. Keeps cutting in and out. Wonder what's cutting in and out. Well, I'm not convinced that it's the radio that I am installing. I think it's the actual camera. So that's going to be something else I get to change. That's wonderful. So we covered it a little bit, but that box right there, the black wire is going to the camera. This is power that feeds to the camera and the box, and then converts it into RF for right here. So if I have to change out the camera, I have to use this rear wire right there and cut it all apart so I can use it, so I don't have to run a harness front to back on this bus. Man, why is life so easy? Alright, so I'll worry about camera later. So my speaker's out. There's actually this line out. It's going to the Bose Ray Lifestyle in the back. So here's the Bose Lifestyle in the back. So if I turn it on, this is zone 1. There's 2 zones. Turn that on. You'll notice no display right there because these things, the display goes out after about 5 or 10 years. And then I need to be on auxiliary. Okay. And then if I volume up. So we're listening to the classic radio station right here. So now, I don't know, because I think it's line output. No, it's not. It's variable. We're good. I can also increase the volume here. So that's working pretty well. Let's go to the bedroom and see if that works. So we leave that remote up here. It's nothing better than having a home theater system that you just have to work blindly and hope it works. So here is the bedroom remote. Turn that zone on now. Hey, there's my dash radio. We're calling this good. I'm calling it good. You calling it good? Let's call it good. Getting sidetracked. Okay, that's good. So for the time being, let's turn that off. I need to close this up and at least get this radio secured. And then I'll talk to the customer, see what they want to do about the backup camera cutting in and out. Alright, you think I'll get this right the first time? Those clips are for the hinge side, maybe? I guess that works. Let's open this thing up and see if it works. Can I hit the steering wheel? Can I hit the steering wheel? Can I hit the steering wheel? Nope. Camera. Oh. Maybe I have to go through setup again. Settings. Camera. Back on. Okay. And home. Back. Camera. Well, that's disappointing to say the least. Oh, you know what? I didn't switch it back from this, did I? Oh, that's even more disappointing. Sometimes I don't like being me. Okay. Go back to there, go back to radio, go back to tune. There's classical. Go back to Bose, turn on Bose. Turn on auxiliary. It's working. Turn it off. I mean, God forbid you just have a set of speakers for this dash radio, so you don't have to go through this rigmarole. But they even have a XM radio right here. You'd have to turn that on, and that's probably going to be, because that was through a RF modulator. It's probably like channel 87.9. No, 87.9. There you go. Even that works. And this is Bluetooth, so I can sync my phone up to it. We should do that. No, we shouldn't do that. We're getting sidetracked. Alright guys, let's see, go back to that. Alright, so classical music again. So I did go ahead and switch it back to the camera right there. Which is important because when you drive down the road and you want to see behind you, you also want to listen to the radio. You have it on just video input, you would never get any sound from the radio. So I'm going to have to get that camera replaced. Alright. Alright guys, so there you have it. 2002 Country Coach Prevost dash radio replacement. And we just used a high quality dual stereo. Multimedia DVD receiver with Bluetooth. It's a model number XDVD176BT, and it comes with a steering wheel remote. Again, I know we could have gotten really high-end radios with this. I haven't found the money to be worth spending on these radios. I've found these Duals, these Jensens, to be as robust, if not more robust, than the Pioneers and the Kenwood. I've never had to replace one of these, and for the money, they work great. It does exactly what you need, and that's all you want. Anyways guys, thanks a lot. So dim. It's gotta be light, right? Light, bright. No, it's right there. Ha ha ha. Oops, sorry about that.
Getting sidetracked.